So here's how I made an FPS game in one day. This is the Unity FPS Microgame, which released in 2018. It comes with a lot of good stuff right out of the box. It's meant to be used as a learning tool or a starting point for making your own games. And here's what I ended up making with it over the course of a few hours yesterday. It's a very like Halo meets Doom meets Ultra Kill type of vibe, a boomer shooter, sci-fi low poly FPS type of beat. I also pulled a lot of inspiration from a game I'm working on with some friends called CYBRLICH for this. You run around and shoot aliens collecting health drops, and it's a maximalist sort of experience accentuated by juicy VFX and fast-paced music. If I was making this into a real game, I thought about incorporating some procedural dungeon elements as well as some narrative influence from I Am Legend. There's also a lot of tabletop RPG stuff in this genre, like Mothership, Stay Frosty, or Death in Space. I was also at like a Halo 3 LAN party recently and played some PSP era shooters like Nova and Coated Arms. So I was just pulling from that a bit and trying to be in that space. So yeah, we start with the FPS Microgame, which you can download and try out for yourself. Here's what it looks like right out of the box. Lots of good tools already. Shooting, enemy AI, sound effects, VFX, UI, an objective-based system, health bars, ammo, all of that. There's a lot of good modular scripts too, particularly for the weapons and for the enemies. There's also like this big turret boss here who's pretty cool. But yeah, I went to models resource and ripped a bunch of Halo models. I also found some metallic-y, sci-fi looking textures online that I could tile for environments. I also grabbed some rigged models and animations of aliens from Mixamo, just kind of thinking about what I might need for animations and stuff. So then I got the textures set up and imported. Here's a cool glowy effect that I sort of ended up adding to the shotgun pickup. After messing with some post-processing, skyboxes, and lights, I started editing enemies and weapons. Here's one of the aliens from Mixamo. I made some minor modifications to their speed. I got the animator controller set up here. Right now, they don't really do anything complex. It's just on a loop. They run towards you and shoot lasers from their chest. After this, I did some basic level design to modify the existing scene, putting textures and meshes in place. I do want to emphasize this is only made in a couple hours, so most of these changes are cosmetic. Here's me doing a little bit of C# edits, mostly just to get the UI set up how we want it. I got enemies set up in the level and had a lot of fun slapping these Halo gun models in there. Some of the meshes didn't quite make the trip, but it's fine when you're working quick and dirty like this with random assets that you won't ultimately actually use. But this is all kind of in service of getting something together as quickly as possible. Really like this shotgun pickup at the end of this tight hallway. But yeah, it's fun to focus on the atmosphere and the tone and everything, especially when you have something pretty playable. And then yeah, here's the end results. So yeah, there's that. It was a lot of fun to make. I'm also making an FPS boomer shooter with a bunch of friends. This one we built from the ground up on our own and we've been working on for a little over a year. Myself and my friend Eric are doing the programming, our friend Peter is doing all the 2D art and animation. Hotcho is doing 3D art and assets, and our friend Sam is working on some sound effects for it. It's about a buff, meat-headed barbarian hacker taking on a big evil corporate CYBRLICH and his minions. You can wishlist it on Steam if you're interested, and I'll leave a link below down in the description. But yeah, this project was a lot of fun to make. Obviously, it's from a template with a bunch of random assets, but it's just for fun. The template gives you a lot of flexibility to make something kind of cool and expressive with a not inordinate amount of effort. I'd recommend trying it out with this template or similar project files and assets for people who are just learning game development or are interested in learning the engine. It was also fun just as a sort of smaller project for me to knock out in a day and make something cool with. If I were to scale this up into an actual game, I'd probably redo all the art assets, either myself or with other artists. I'd make a bunch of levels, different enemies and weapons, integrate a narrative system, and add some random loot or procedural elements, brush up all the animations, obviously, make some modifications to the game logic and default scripts. For instance, there are health pack drops, but I might do more of like a Halo-style health system personally if I had more time. I will say it was kind of refreshing, though, because a lot of the stuff we do in the CYBRLICH project programming-wise is focused on core systems, making sure that they're modular and flexible and easy to adapt. Whereas with something like this, a lot of that work has already been done for you, as long as you can get in there and know enough to figure it out. But yeah, it was a fun project. Maybe try something similar if you're looking to dip your toes into game dev or put together something quick and fun. Thanks for watching. I hope this inspires you to make your own games. Please go wish CYBRLICH on Steam if you're interested. Thanks. See you next time. Bye.